Oh, hello and welcome, everybody. It's nice to see you. Thanks for being here with us this evening on a Tuesday night instead of Wednesday for now. My school starts tomorrow night, and I'm appreciating everybody adjusting as such. And Carolyn's here, Peter's on his way, and we have Terry here, and Diana here, and Kelly here, Callie Healer. So it's nice to see you all. And thank you for being here. I hope your New Year celebration was fabulous, and that you'll get everything you want in this new year. Good things, almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do all the good things. So hi, Randy and C. Crony, and also Annie Bear. Good to see you, dear. And Gwen and Froxy Roxy, Book Bewitched. Thank you all for being here. Hi, Laurie Hunsinger. It's wonderful to see you too, everybody. And Barbara Nesper's here. Thank you for being here. So we've got a couple of dreams coming up that we're going to talk about that people have already put in the chat, and we'll get to that very soon. Hi, Leah. Hi, Jess. All right, Annie, I'm going to put yours up. We'll get to it. Hi, Etan Lemaine. It's nice to see you here as well. I'm going to talk first about this crazy dream that I had over the holidays, and then we'll go into everybody else's. I don't always remember mine. I used to, but mine is very poignant, and it shows my state of mind. It's not too hard to figure out, everybody. So what I remember is I'm working in this house in a regular neighborhood, and I'm doing slave labor. And I can't leave there, or the guy who's like a mafia guy, will make it very awful for me. So I'm taking boxes and sort of laying stuff out and refilling. And I don't understand why it was in the house, and I don't understand why I was being watched, but I was being watched, and there were 3 or 4 other women that were there as well, doing the same type of thing. Next thing you know, I am in the middle of town, but the people that I somehow got away from the people that I was slave labor for, just to go find somebody that they were looking for. And I am watching this person on a bicycle that's on the water, going down the street, and I'm floating along beside the bicycle, and actually the water is shit water. It's all shit. It's like I'm going down Shit Creek.
That's a good movie, but not where you want to be.
Yeah. And then I'm back at the house again doing the slave labor. In other words, I'm only going to get $1 an hour or whatever. But if I screw it up or I don't do the work I'm supposed to do, then I'm going to not just be fired, I'm going to be hurt in some way. So I think it's pretty clear what my problem is.
I do too. You want to retire. You want to retire and can't.
I can't.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's becoming slave labor now. And I'm up Shit Creek without a paddle. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We had gone out to eat with my daughter, and my daughter said to me the next day, "Are you okay? You seemed very despondent,
withdrawn."
And very, yeah. She said you were it was like you were defeated. That's what she said to me. And then the dreams that I was having were showing me the very same thing. So yeah, I think that's what it is too, ladies. I really do. But it just goes to show you that some things can be really clear to us. We don't really need much analysis of it. Other things, not so much. But this particular one, didn't really.
Well, sometimes they don't make sense to us, but if we explain it to somebody else,
true.
Yeah.
You got to get your cup filled, Allie. Mm-hmm. You got to fill your cup and make sure that that's filled.
Very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Dreading the same old, getting nowhere with this.
Yeah. And actually, my daughter even said, how will you know if you can retire or not? And my husband put his head down and he said, it depends on me. So he's feeling the same way. He's feeling the same way. So I know that. I don't want to make him feel any worse than I can, but yeah, I think he's feeling it too. It depends on his health situation and for the insurance and all that stuff. And so I'm thinking that has just crossed over into the way I've been feeling. And before he left yesterday, he said to me, why would you manifest not only being alone here, but not having any ability to watch TV or anything else because my internet doesn't work? And I said, I didn't want to manifest that. It wasn't my intention. But it's almost as though that came part and parcel with it. Just an interesting perspective.
The universe is saying, whoa.
Yeah.
You're doing too much.
Get with it, girl. Get with it.
Slamming on the brakes.
Yep.
The astrology, if I may touch on that for this.
Yep.
Especially through these next till the 20th.
Okay.
Things are going to shake up again on the 20th because Pluto and the Sun are going into Aquarius together. And they are at, the Sun is not there yet, but Pluto is at 29 degrees. This is critical. And in Capricorn, what's he about? Foundations. And your home is your foundation. And how can we make this work better?
Yeah.
So,
and I said to him, I was even thinking of going up there to be with him at the RV, but he's been up there for over a year now. And I can't imagine how gross that RV looks. He said, no, he yeah.
because he's camping.
No.
Oh my God. I bet he's got food in there in the crisper, in the drawers of the refrigerator.
You're not supposed to have.
Yeah. From 22,
Yeah.
And so he said, no, I don't think you should come up this time.
If he said it, he's got a clean house first.
Yeah, he's got a clean house.
Get rid of those candy bars. Come on now.
Well, it wouldn't even be the problem. Yeah, the junk food would be okay, but it's just he probably hasn't vacuumed. It's probably this much dust and food in the fridge and on the counter. Oh, it must be awful. Anyway, I'll get through it. I'll get through it. I know I will.
He's not looking at the benefits, though.
That's right. Yeah.
Gigi's here and Ginny's here.
Yes, and Kimberly Knight's here. And thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Gerald's here? I didn't see Gerald come in. Is he here?
I didn't see him.
I didn't hear a fan.
Did you see?
Roxy.
Huh? Roxy. Who else came in? Gigi. Hi, Gigi. Thank you so much, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
She can't remember her dream. She said, I called in frying pan, pancakes, pan oak chocolate, nothing. She can't remember her dreams. Hi, Karen Trout. Nice to see you. Yeah.
Well, you're kind of like in the same arena I was in because I watched Julia and I finished it over the weekend. And so all I kept dreaming about was the TV show or the series that's on HBO. And so there were a lot of frying pans flying in mine.
There are a lot of frying pans in there.
Yeah. And little chocolate mousse.
Chocolate mousse.
Yay.
Oh, hi, Gerald. It's good to see you. Hi, Heather. And everybody, I'm waving to people here. Valerie's here. It's great to see Valerie. And Laura's here. And all right. And there's Warrior Girls here. I've got
I think I need to get a fan. Gerald's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
dogs are here, so Peter will be here.
Peter's coming in.
Yep.
Peter's coming in.
Yay.
Sounds good. Sally. Hi, Sally. Clean music lover. Clean music lover. Okay.
Ethnicity.
Yeah. Hypnicity's here. Yeah, Julia was fearless. If you just watch the first couple of episodes, you'll be hooked because she amazingly was able to be brought to the television. There was no way that she wasn't, that she was going to get.
Oh, the actress playing her is magical.
Isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's very good. She's British. Yeah, she's British.
Is she British?
Yes. E10, go ahead and share your dream. It doesn't matter if it was from years ago. That's fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they really, really have some great acting on there. But my favorite is when one of the directors actually ends up going to Harvard in the 60s and having tea. It's LSD.
Oh, yum.
He's like, yeah, bring it on.
Oh my God, he was a hoot. He was a very big hoot. That's right. All right. So anyway, I'll get through my dream, and you'll get through your dream too, Diana.
Okay.
I'm hoping last week that hello, Peter. I'm hoping that last week you were able to connect with your cousin.
Pizza.
Yes. Did you connect with your cousin, Diana?
Hi, folks.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Peter.
Okay, so
good.
That dream, if anyone wasn't here, the dream that I had, my cousin was in the chat, and she asked about a dream she had that coincided with the dream that I had about her mother.
Mm-hmm.
And there were things in it that I couldn't quite explain. Well, once she and I got together,
Mm-hmm.
we understood that the yellow Teletubby, the yellow Teletubby is the one who is the mother figure on the little kids show.
Oh, okay.
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 So she's taking care of everything. Well, in my dream, my cousin's mother and I grew up in the same generation. And Georgianne, her mother, married my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
So we have this big family thing together, right? And we're all Poniatowskis. And so this, to me, is representing Georgianne, but I don't see her as the mother figure, because inside the cave, outside, as all these musical notes are floating around outside that I can see, I go deeper and deeper inside the cave, and what's her name is singing, and now it's Judy's turn to cry, Judy's turn to cry. Okay, so my cousin's name is Judy. Now the crossover here that I am seeing is, okay, Judy's got this question about a family member and an accident and dying, and when her mother's singing that, or not her mother, but when what's her name is singing that song,
Leslie Gore. Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, when Leslie Gore is singing that song, she changes it from Johnny to Joe. Well, Joe is the brother that we still grieve, Judy's brother, because of the way, in the circumstances in which he died. And then we also have another cousin who died in a car accident, which is what she dreamt about. Okay.
Oh, I see.
But it was her dad's brother. Okay, so the family stuff is getting all complicated to everyone. But Judy's dream was, she's now the mom. She didn't dream about Joe. Her dream was about her oldest son. Joe is the oldest son's godfather. Joe has crossed over. And Teletubbies was the show that Nate watched as a kid with Joe babysitting sometimes. And so Georgianne is showing me this song. Judy has this dream about her own kid. And I think that in the end, the crossover was warn your kid to check his brakes, do all the things, be on alert, because something could happen in a car.
Yeah.
So
just a warning signal.
Right? A warning signal. But it came back with that mother figure and the long way around to tell the story, because it was a crossover that Judy and I do so often. without even planning them.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's another one of those. We had a crossover and we didn't plan it.
Wow. That's amazing. Wow. I'm glad that you were able to get more clarity on it, because of course this is a short, in order to understand it. So
yeah,
thank you so
exactly.
much. Yeah.
Georgianne was confirming to me, yeah, tell Judy it could be her turn to
Yeah.
cry, as
Yep.
Georgianne grieved over her son.
That's right. That's
Well,
right. That's awesome.
she had already crossed over by the time he died, but
Mm-hmm.
she's with him and he's with her. So
Awesome. So I just want to welcome Sir Patrick Stewart to the show. I agree now. I agree with you. He could be Sir Patrick.
yes, he does.
And the accent as well. So there you go.
But he's not as bossy.
Right.
Well, that's good. You don't need bossy. You don't need bossy. No. Before we start doing some dream dissection of people's in the chat, which we've got quite a bit to do. Callie Healer has something to tell us. She got a message from her angels, so I'm going to let her do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a message for somebody either in the chat or somebody that's going to be watching in the future. My angels and my guides are telling me that somebody's suffering with back issues right now, back pain, and they may be contemplating whether or not they need to go have an adjustment. And the message that I got, thank you, they just gave me validation, that you need to go get the adjustment. Don't wait and think it's going to go away. Go do that. And to align your chakras too. And then also they told me that you need to ask for support. You need to ask for help. And yeah, so if there anybody out there, if that's you, that message is for you, or if it's somebody watching in the future, if it resonates, it's for you, because it was
Absolutely.
yeah. They just gave me validation again. So yeah, there's somebody out there that needs to hear that. So that's it.
Okay. Remember too that different parts of your back talk to different types of support. If it's the shoulder back area, it could be one thing. If it's the lower back area, it's like there's financial difficulties. There's a lot of other things, but of course it's also a physical thing. So yeah.
And don't they also address certain areas of the body, just as the pads on the bottom of your feet?
Mm-hmm.
And so your spine connects to the nerve in the bottom of the foot, etc.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's it.
Yep. So thank you for that message for everybody. So Froxy Roxy's up first tonight. I'm not sure if this was a dream of a past life or an impression, but here goes. When I was about 10 or 11 years old, I remember walking up in a sweat and hearing a railway train. I recall hearing about Anne Frank in school, and it must have been on my mind, so not sure if it influenced my feelings. Whatever it was awful, she said. So, 10 or 11, waking up in a sweat. I'm sorry, I said walking. You're waking up in a sweat and hearing a railway train. Wow. Yeah.
Oh. Well, I got chills for past life.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I'm wondering, Roxy, if you're not connecting to somebody around you in their past life too, because that would be pretty fast to come back.
True.
But a lot of times during the Holocaust, the train was very significant. They would pack everybody up on the train and send them off to the camps. So
I was with somebody and they were saying that we can have past lives that stack on each other. Do you think
makes
that's
so much
true?
sense? Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think about
In other
that.
words, you were in the 40s and maybe you were born in the 50s, but this person didn't die, or that it was somebody came back quicker in an alternative universe.
Mhm.
Or
That makes so much sense. Plus, I think, because we're all one big hive, right? That we interconnect
Sure.
in the other people's consciousness and what they've been through.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
if
per-
Go ahead, Carolyn.
go ahead, Diane.
the innocence
She was not
of
Frank. She was with Frank and Frank in
And Frank.
concentration camp.
Oh.
Yes,
And-
she did. She
and-
died, man.
the
Yeah.
innocent have a tendency to return quicker.
Uh-huh.
So those who
Uh-huh.
pass in a state of grace.
yeah.
So if she was a young girl and Anne Frank was a young girl that she met at the concentration camp, Anne didn't survive very long there, I don't believe. So it could be that
No.
you didn't either. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
And
go ahead.
oh, we don't know how many of us would have done a walk-in back then too to experience this.
That's
right?
very true.
Either
That's
whether
very true.
we're burning up camp karma or just to have that experience of knowing it. I mean, I don't know
Right.
why we do these things, but we want those experiences as a soul,
Right.
don't we? On the other
We
side.
do. Well, you're supposed to grow faster if you go through some of the BS. Yeah.
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 But for those of you who don't know what Terry's talking about as far as a walk-in is concerned, there are souls that decide this isn't the life it isn't going the way I want this life to go. So I'd just soon leave. And the walk-in will come in and take over the life of the person so that they don't sort of waste a life.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times with people I knew who were diametrically different before they had a walk-in come in. They were I don't know, I won't say they were dirtbags, but you know what I mean? It's like they didn't have any desire to live. And then all of a sudden they became a professional person, or whatever they did much later.
Turn their life around. Yes.
So, yeah.
They weren't contributing it.
Right.
They weren't contributing anything. So the walk-in said, well, in that case, I've got things to take care of.
Things I can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you can bypass all
things I
that
can
junior high stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to start from
Possession can
scratch.
also be a walk-in too.
Okay. Yeah.
A possession can also be a walk-in.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Very true. So, Francie, I think, go ahead. Who wants to say something?
I don't know if this, I think it kind of contributes to the same thing, but I got that, which the Holocaust would be obviously a difficult situation, but I got moving past a difficult situation, and that opportunities are going to be coming in for you, and they're going to be coming in really fast is what I got for you, Roxy.
Apparently, though, this really meant something to her because this dream was 50 or 60 years ago that she had the dream. And and it's, it's still affecting. She can still remember it like it was yesterday. So,
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of us have come back and to experience all this that's going to happen or is happening, right? What is going to happen? It's always happening lately. Yeah, walk-in or contracts, definitely anywhere.
Yeah. And Worry Girl said, I had to walk in for a dozen years after my NDE when I lost my baby. Had all my strokes, and according to every medical book, should have died. I think you could very much be a walk-in Warrior Girl, honestly. Yeah, I'm sure you wouldn't have forgotten the fear of that. That must have been hard. Yep.
I'm of that generation that was in school around the time that the Diary of Anne Frank came out, the book. And it was maybe fourth grade, fifth grade. But even prior to that, I had nightmares constantly of planes diving and me having to run through fields and tanks chasing me down the street. And I wasn't really old enough to be cognizant of the news or even the Sunday warrior who's watching the movies of the war he fought in, meaning my father, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
those things, I often wonder the same thing about how quickly, if I had been in one of those and situations, and how quickly I came back. Now that I'm an adult, I look back at it
Right.
and wonder that.
And you wonder, yeah. I wanted to say that Lori says she's heard on other shows within this community that many have died during World War II, came back quickly. It was part of their long-term soul blueprints. Yeah. And Froxy says she was born in 1948, so it would have been a few years after the war. So that makes sense.
Sure.
But it could have still been.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm 49, so I get it, Roxy.
Uh-huh. Yep. All right. Thank you so much, Froxy. I hope that, I don't know if it gives you any peace of mind, but it definitely sounds like a past life. It definitely does. So Sin Crony was drifting off to sleep about 3 a.m. Thoughts had gone to my first boyfriend of about 55 years ago. All of a sudden, his eyes were looking at me and I could feel the love. Might he be on the other side? And she says this has never happened to her. It really got to her. Carolyn, you feeling that?
Yes.
He might be.
Yeah. He's on the other. He came to say goodbye, and then he loved her still.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, I got the chills.
Yep.
Yes,
That's what I
Sin.
did too.
Yeah.
He was.
I
He was
feel
just checking up. Are you okay? Are you all right? You know.
And I don't think he crossed
Yeah.
over that long ago. I think that is why he paid you this visit. Watch for more.
Yeah. They always come back to the ones of us that they have wonderful memories with too, I think, you know, even though you didn't end up together, you know, he always thought about you. That makes a lot of sense.
He's a guide.
Anybody else?
He's one of her guides.
Now? Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. So you have him as a guide. That's wonderful.
Yeah, guardian. He's watching out for you.
Yep. We'll be
Thank
checking in.
Yep. Thanks, Sin. Thank you so much. All right. So Gwen says, in a hotel in San Antonio, my stepson kept asking why his dad was rummaging through the luggage in our room each night. Each time he asked this, his dad was either asleep or not in the room. And then she says, a Newton's cradle in our room seemed to start on its own while we were all napping, and no one will admit to pulling a prank. So I'm wondering what was going on.
Somebody was being silly, I think.
Oh, you mean the imp that lived in the room?
Yeah, somebody was curious. You know, it sounds like curiosity to me. And then playing with you,
Like Dobby. Like, you know,
Yeah.
from Harry
What are they wearing these days?
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
gave me a sock?
Yeah. Look at this outfit.
Yeah.
Why did they pack all this?
Yeah. So maybe it was the entity that was in the cradle, or the person that was with the baby in the cradle looking at the clothing. Is that what? Yeah. Is that what you're feeling?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Yeah. Just okay. And what's that for?
Really?
I think about
Gwen.
that.
Yeah. They don't know what all those newfangled things are. So, but I think it's funny that your stepson kept asking about why his dad was doing it.
Oh my
He
gosh!
must have
Right?
just not realized it was a ghost at the time. Yeah.
I get that it was somebody attached to the hotel, a male that
Okay.
was attached to the hotel.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Somebody, of course, from a different era.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whimsical. Yeah. Hi, just visiting. Everybody that's come in, thank you for being here. Hi, Willow Love, and welcome. This is your first time here. We're glad you're here. And much love to to all the new people that are here with us.
Wow,
Um,
yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of new folks, so thank you.
Yeah. Hi.
Wonderful.
So Annie Bear says, I've seen in meditation vision traveling very quickly through the Akash. I travel through a center of a tree, straight up, and I'm in the void. We'd appreciate a reading on this. Who's upset? Tyler?
Tyler's having a hard time tonight.
Okay,
Sorry about that, guys.
that's all right.
So, Annie, I feel like this is you're traveling. This is where you travel, and it's like your elevator. you're, you're traveling through the trees, and I think that the trees, the trunks, I mean, obviously they tell the time, so they're time travelers as well, with the rings on the trees. But I feel like lately I've noticed that the trunks go very, very deep and very, very high. That it's not just what we see, because we see the branches and we see the root system, but I feel like they are definitely vortex going places, big places.
I get transition. So and look at it's a tree.
Oh,
Oh yeah, look at that.
So yeah, I can see it also as like an elevator, but you know how a tree has all the time in the rings?
Yeah.
It's like an elevator going through time. in a
Yeah.
way.
Time travel. Definitely. Yeah. We only see the physical, right, Annie? Yeah. Well, sometimes. Unless you're Carolyn and Peter.
That's awesome.
I've been trying to cut it out, but it just won't stop.
I love it, Carolyn. Don't
I
ever.
do too. I do too.
Anybody else have a different read on this or similar?
I
to say?
get mine was pretty similar. I get the visualize of the elevator too, and the ascension process is the elevator is going up, and you're ascending up, Annie. And I got the reason you hit the void was because I heard you just have to wait a little bit longer, and then it's like the next ascension is just gonna like zoop you just right around the corner.
it was like it's where the cosmos connected to the ley line that's running under the tree that is your elevator. And that's that hang time, like a basketball player, hang time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also, to build on what you guys are saying, that void, I'm seeing that abyss is like one of the next levels, is walking into, just pure awareness.
Ooh, gosh.
So
Annie, you're really growing in leaps and bounds, girl.
Yeah. Well, and there's protection in that void. There is protection in the void. But when I flip the deck over, because I always do, the title of the card doesn't even matter. Look at this.
Yeah. Yep.
And it is prosperity. So up, up, up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, she looks like a Sufi dancer.
Beautiful.
She does. Message to Tyler. Bubba, hush, it's fine. It's just a lot of energy floating around. Your family's safe.
I love it.
You know it, honey. You know it.
Oh, thank you. I love it. I love it. I love it, you guys. I love it. I love it. Yep. A vortex makes sense, Annie Bear. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are in the vortex. Oh my goodness. So everybody, I just love that you're giving me more dreams and things to talk about. I don't know that we're going to be able to do them all tonight because I've got 16 awaiting us, but we'll see what we can do. Okay. Yeah. I'm really happy that you're all asking and you're all here. This is wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Busy week.
Busy week. Leah says, I had a dream something was displayed as a proclamation or announcement on paper with a ruby in the center. I looked away and someone stole the ruby.
India.
India?
India.
Is that
India.
Okay. something
I
going
did
on there?
India
Okay.
in the temple of a god.
Okay.
And this god had book.
Mhm.
They stole the papers and the ruby in the god's forehead.
Okay. So it was one of those like the dots, but it was more. Is that what you're saying? It was in the third eye?
Bindi?
A bindi.
Yeah,
A bindi.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Wow. Wow. Well,
But
you
they
know
will be
that
returned.
they will be returned. Okay. That's really good to know. That's really good to know. And it's like when we were trying to figure out there was a museum that lots of beautiful paintings were stolen back a number of years ago, and we were trying to figure out where they were. And somebody said eventually when the family dies off, somebody bought them for their personal collection. It's almost like that, it seems like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rossi's just saying the Brits stole the ruby from Buddha. Yeah,
Oh,
I
from
think
Buddha.
The
I
colon.
think somebody didn't they just send some stuff back to India or Nepal?
Yes,
Mhm.
but that may not have been on the list. But they did send some historic valued stuff back for sure.
Yeah.
Jaipur, India has many jewels. It is now made Christopher Columbus go west looking for India.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we know that there's a lot of, if you ever watched The Crown or some of the other British, there are things that were stolen from in the monarchy that they say from India. And I'm wondering if
Yeah.
that's one of them. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. All right. And no offense
I
to the
think it'll be a
monarchy.
battle to get the Kohinoor back.
Okay.
It'll be a battle to get the Kohinoor back, but
Oh,
they're
yeah.
trying to make it up by giving back everything else
Everything.
that was stolen.
Okay.
There was
Wow.
a yellow diamond recently given back and
Oh, okay.
placed back to goddess.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yes. I
Yes.
did realize that a lot of the crowns have the jewels that were from India. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I got the strength card, and that to me indicates you'll get them back, but of course it takes more time. India will get them back.
Right. Right. I think it's fascinating that people are having dreams, and I know some of these were earlier ones and some of them are recent ones, but we're having a lot of dreams about changes and things coming back, and it's showing us. And somebody said that sort of like when we crossed over into 2024, there's no past anymore. It's all the now.
Yeah.
And that's
We're in
what
the
I'm
present.
seeing. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Uh-huh.
And it's global too. It's not we're no
Yeah.
longer this
That's right.
Well, and so many of us have grown wary of aristocracy and dictatorship and
billionaire.
power over you and dominion over you. And you think you got, I got it now. Ha ha ha. You can't have it back. It's mine. And us.
Yeah, and we're
light
fighting it
workers,
here in the
we're-
United States. Yeah, we're fighting so that people don't change it to that. Yeah, and
Right.
and
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
All right, so Miss Karen, I got sick when I was a kid. I went to sleep and was flying very fast in a night sky with stars rushing past. Oh, Karen, you were astral traveling.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if you were sick, you just didn't, it was like you gave over yourself because you didn't feel good. You weren't in the same mindset, I would think. Yeah. I remember having something similar happen. I had the flu and I went into the bathroom and I was washing my hands in front of the mirror and I looked at the mirror and it wasn't me. And I remember it scared the crap out of me at the time because I was very young. But I'm sure I was looking at myself from another lifetime because I was so sick that I didn't look at the 3D reality as the only reality that there was, I guess. So,
Yeah. Also, I'm kind of getting a hit, Karen, that it might have been your angels or guides going with you to kind of cheer you up and make you feel better, like to cool down a fever. I know that sounds rather odd, but I think they were taking care of you.
Yeah.
Taking you on a little trip.
Especially even as a child, because kids get high fevers and they get fevers, but the brain swells as it gets hotter and hotter.
Yeah.
And this was, I agree with Terry in that they were taking you on a guided tour.
A healing.
Sweat it out. Yeah.
It was
right?
a healing. Yeah.
Sweat
It
it
was a
out.
healing.
Yeah, it was a healing. And to cool her down.
Yes.
Yes?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys have amazing things to share with us. Thank you so much. All right. I'm not trying to rush, but I do want to try to get to as many as I can. So Warrior Girl had the most bizarre dream last night. There was a stalker on the news that used dolls as a calling card, and I walked in the door of my house, not a house I've ever lived in, and there was a doll, hold on the table on the right, wrapped in a blue blanket with an angel wing pin on it, and he was on the left behind the door, and I woke up thinking that the stalker was behind the door on the left. Oh, a serial killer, not a stalker. Okay. Wow. That's quite something else.
Your fears.
So,
Is it?
Your fears.
but what's in the news lately? Where is this serial killer really actually working? And I would do a little diving into the news to see if there is something really like that going on.
That? Yeah. Because she has very, very deep psychic ability. And
yes.
So, yeah.
And
yeah.
It could be, you could be of some assistance.
She could get hits on,
Yeah. And if you would discover that this is in actuality going on somewhere, you know how to call in more energy so that you can pick up more on this.
I think that we know that a lot of you don't watch the news. So it isn't that you watched the news and heard about it, but what you might be able to do is to look at, and if there is something in the news that's out there, to validate what it is that you feel. That's the point. As some people I was saying that today when I was talking about the UFO over Ukraine. And I'm not always watching the news, but somebody looked it up, and yes, it happened on December 29th. So sometimes you can have a dream, and if it's prophetic, you can say, I wonder if this has anything to do with something that's going on, and then you'll be able to see it. But yeah, the news is crap. We know that.
Warrior Girl. You're so in tuned, and I can just see that you getting a message about this. It's really interesting, but it's up to you. This is totally free will. So if you're interested, go ahead and do it. But if not, send it in a bubble.
This is what Mel used to do before he became a psychic that he is. He used to work with the police to solve cases.
Right.
So, there's always that opportunity for anybody if they have the gift. So
now I just Googled it to see if there was somebody out there. There has been. She wasn't a serial killer, but she was obsessed with the Chucky doll before she knifed her boyfriend to death. And her name was Shay Groves. Now, I'm not saying that your dream is related to that, but serial killers leave calling cards. We know that.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay alert.
Or they take a trophy. They take a trophy with them. And that's a lot of times how they get caught, because they take trophies.
Yep.
Brilliant. So maybe that was the trophy and that's your message.
It could be.
Mhm.
Wow.
Wow. Something to think about. Because, sometimes we just have dreams that are weird just because we have dreams that are weird. And other times they're prophetic, and other times they can lead us into something else. So that's why it's so much, it's so good to be able to talk to other people about them. But you hold the key, not us. So it's what it means to you. It's very important.
Yeah, and to
All
trust.
right.
Guidance and protection.
Mm-hmm.
Ask for guidance and protection.
Good. Absolutely. And she probably will. She's very good at doing that. But thank you, dear. And
Kelly,
we know
what were
you'll
you going to say?
Yeah, Kelly.
Oh, to trust these dreams, but kind of like what Caroline said too, don't feed into the fear, but just to trust what you're getting.
Okay. Very good.
And ask, what is the real message of this dream when you go to sleep?
Sometimes they're easy, like my dream was. I didn't really need to ask anybody. I already knew, but at the same time, there's other times that isn't so easy.
Confirmation.
So hypnicity, confirmation. I have a recurring dream about pulling into the parking lot 2 buildings from where I used to work in Seattle. Sometimes I'm driving, and sometimes I'm riding a bus. Familiarity?
Was that your normal mode of transport there?
Yeah. Did you drive
Would be
there?
my
Or
first
did you take
question.
the bus? Yeah, true.
Or maybe a combination.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would be my first question.
The other thing is I'm thinking that the word vehicle represents us. And so it depends on who's driving the vehicle as well. If you're driving the bus, if you're driving the car, then you're in charge. If somebody else is, maybe you're feeling guilty because you're not working or that you're not working there. I don't know. Carrie, what do you think?
I was thinking that I agree with you 100%. And it can also, that car can be your physical body.
That's
Like,
right.
Do you feel like you're just going through the motions? You're just going back to work. You're, just doing the same old thing or something. Maybe not mentally, but physically. Do you want to have more fun? Because that's kind of what I'm getting right now for everybody in this year is to go have some fun.
Ooh, that would be a
Change it
nice
up.
change.
So
Yeah. Ride a unicycle.
I would ask if you enjoyed your time there. And if not, where did you feel that you had no control there?
Mhm.
And are you checking up on them or how you feel when you get there and you're looking at it?
Mm-hmm. So she did say she drove there, Carolyn. Yeah. She drove there in her car.
Well, it's a big deal too, right? We're so tribal that that was your place in the tribe, that job for years probably. And so it's hard to let go of that job that we look at as this is my place in the tribe. This is where I belong.
There could be some cords attached to her and that area too.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Oh, she says, but to the wrong building. They let her go after she got colorectal cancer. Wow. That, yeah. That's rotten.
Yeah, that's some
So,
cord cutting. Yeah.
That really changes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need some cords cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You do.
Callie.
Peter,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to say anything tonight, dear? You okay?
Oh, all right. I'll let him. All right.
All right.
I know how busy and how many questions you've got as well. You've still got quite a few to go.
We do. Yeah, we do. But I don't want you to feel left out. You look so sad back there in the
Oh,
back.
I'm not left out.
In a long time.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I've always got a story, but I can save it for another day, particularly for busy to get through
Sure.
the readers. They're important.
We're happy
But if you
you're
want-
here.
Yeah, we are. We do. We are very happy. Yep.
Thank you.
So yeah, I really do believe hypnicity that it was the thing that's really ironic. It was a health insurance company that let her go for a health problem. Now that to me is just smacks of irony. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
irony. You're still trying to figure out how they could do that. I am. I'm having that problem right this minute. So yeah. And Judy, yes, we all need the cord cutting. We absolutely do. And Callie Healer is a fabulous cord cutter, by the way.
Oh my
And
God.
she's a wonderful healer. If you're ever looking for somebody to contact, make sure you do check out Kelly at Callie Healer, because she's helped me a great deal. Yep.
Me too.
Uh-huh. You were telling Regents to F off. I ain't working there. Good for you. And that's why you were there. Yeah. Take this job and shove it. I ain't working there no more. Remember? Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
But
Wow.
then it was colorectal cancer too.
That's
that
very
might
true.
be how you got it. Was that job?
Well, it could be. Yeah. There's always a metaphysical reason for everything. So, yeah. Wow.
Yep. Release that stress. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Too much for you to have to carry that anymore. So maybe that's what they're telling you. We're going to move the parking lot down here. You're in a different spot now. You're not there anymore. You don't have to work there anymore.
Love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Love that.
Boy, I
Mhm.
think you
Love
hit the
that.
nail on the head.
I think so. She doesn't have to go back to that place ever again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right. So Sally says she saw a white cat with orange spots living in a wall inside of her house, or retreating into a hole high up. I recall thinking, oh, I have another cat now. I love that, Sally.
I love cats.
She's got very great dry humor. Yeah. She really does. Could it be a spirit if it's in a hole higher up? It's not on the same level? A white cat.
Do you have cats? They have a guardian of their own.
Oh, well, that's true. You know how they like to look at each other and
Mhm.
see each other? It could be a ghost cat, right? Carolyn, you see a ghost cat there?
Pardon me?
Did you see a ghost
Uh,
cat? Maybe not.
Yeah.
I'm picking up on her solar chakra, her tummy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
one cat, Mr. That's Mr. Boo's
Yeah.
imaginary friend.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I love the way you said, oh, I have another cat now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, how long have you been in your home? Who had a cat there before you moved in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And cats are stealth
Curiosity.
and wise.
So you guys, you felt it was the stomach because it was
You
had
have
orange
stomach
spots?
trouble?
Yeah.
Does she have
Yeah.
stomach troubles?
Sally, do you have any stomach troubles? Do you have, irritable stomach or?
IBS.
Mm-hmm. Might be.
That's what I picked up on his tummy, her tummy.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Mm.
I'm
Finger
getting
tooth man.
feeling in my stomach.
You are too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me
You are?
too.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay. So they want
Yeah.
you to check your stomach, honey. Has something to do with your stomach chakra. So You've got red,
Oh,
orange is your stomach, and then yellow, and it goes up from there. Might be some work that you could do there. Orange is truth. Thank you, Andrew. It's nice to see you, Andrew. Here from Germany, I believe. It's great to see you. Sally, you're looking for the truth in a situation. Orange is truth. That's wonderful. Thank you, Andrew.
I like that, Andrew. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, becoming curious about something like the walls of your house.
mhm.
They hold up your thoughts. They hold up a part of your mind and structure.
Uh-huh.
And becoming curious about that structure.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's been in this house 3 years, and she doesn't know anything about who was there first before her.
All right.
Yeah, but your body is your house.
That's true.
Mhm. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and cats are magic.
it's going in.
Cats are magic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yep.
Think on it,
I
Sal.
do love the reaction. Oh, I have another cat.
I know. I just love that. Oh, I have another cat now.
I love it.
it.
That should be cool with it.
It should be cool with it. Yeah. So we have Etienne Lemaine, one of our newest subscribers, and he says, I was lined up on the shore and all of us started walking on the water. Did my best to stay on top. A lot sank and a lot kept going, but I started to sink. Suddenly I was scooped up like a baby in his parents' arms. I've never felt safer in my life. He had a beard and longer type hair, but it was his eyes and what he gave me just by his gaze. I woke up crying because I wasn't with him. I think I know who he was. What do you think? I think we know who he was too.
Yeah.
I
When you
think
have
we
seen only
who it
one
was,
set of
too.
footprints, it was I who carried you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's powerful. I'm literally covered in goosebumps.
I am
Me
covered with
too.
Too.
Because, and
Oh, man.
Etienne, Yeshua came in very strong to me this morning. And so your dream is my confirmation of the interaction I had this morning.
Mhm. Mhm. He said he had it a while ago. It wasn't
okay.
like last night, but that doesn't matter. He brought it here
Mm.
tonight. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
that
The
is
spirit
just
stays with you.
What a
That
nice
spirit will
dream.
not abandon you.
definitely.
Yeah. And it's those dreams that we don't forget. Those are the ones that actually it really happened. And,
Right.
and so we never forget them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Etienne,
Probably.
I'm so glad that you're remembering this and sharing it with us because I love it. But I think we should all take this as an opportunity to carry that with us. I mean, we can share that memory,
Absolutely.
our minds interlink all the time. So
Mm.
that's a beautiful thing to carry around in your pocket.
It is. It's wonderful. And there's a lot of people who will say, well, I'm not a practicing Christian, or a Catholic, and I'm Mother Mary, this or that, or Jesus, this or that. It doesn't matter. They're all spiritual teachers and ascended masters, and we can access them all. And that's what you did. Mhm.
On a night we have more time,
Remember, you
I would
may
love
not.
to share a
Go ahead,
poem
Diana.
incantation that I created for Yeshua, but I know we don't have much time tonight. So on another
Okay.
night when we have time.
Okay. Carolyn, what do you want
I
to
was
say?
just going to say, we may not believe in him, but he believes in us.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
As Mother Mary, as the Buddha,
Mhm.
we really do have a lot of people on our side. And you know what? We need this today more than ever. A lot of us are feeling very despondent. And so this is very helpful. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're being supported.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
You're
as
not
Peter
left out
said,
here.
he's the fisher
fisher
of
of
men,
men.
as Peter said.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think the ones that were falling in the water didn't have the faith. They just didn't have the faith
Mhm.
in order to walk on that water. And wow. Anyway, that's wonderful. Randy says, if all things happen at the same time, how do you know which lifetime you're reading on? Good question.
Wow.
That's a very good question.
Right? There are times that we know it's a past life memory, but also we're here together in the present. And so we're in this continuum right now. And we come across over these airwaves and we just pick up on each other's vibes.
True.
And it's, the vibes.
There
and
may be
feels.
some of us that appear on the screen, but there's many more around us.
There's many more. That's very true. I want to give you this feedback because this gave me the chills even more. He says he's gay and he felt left out when he had that dream. And Jesus was telling him he wasn't left out. So, oh my God.
He was picking him up. Picking him up.
Right.
I be
love
of good
that.
cheer, my son.
Thank you.
I heard. Be of good cheer, my son.
There you go.
Again, goosebumps.
Yeah. And we love you. No matter how we'd have there's no restrictions on our love for you. Yeah, absolutely. We're glad you're with us here.
Virtual hugs.
Yep. Shamanic journeys. When I was a kid, I had a repeating dream that me and my dad were dressed in medieval clothing and we were lined up with some other people and my dad was hung. Past life. Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, and there could be some trauma left there.
A lot of trauma there.
Look at, because that was horrifying for you.
Brenda, I'm just going to throw this out there because I feel like it was so traumatic that you felt like it was happening to you, and it could have been you, and there was a part of you that was watching as a child and just saying, how can this be now? But
how can this be?
Yeah.
But you became a great knight because of this.
Yeah.
I see you as an adult dressed in a Templar outfit.
Ah, perfect. The Knights Templar, the precursor of the Masons, correct?
Yep.
Is that right, Peter? Yeah. Is that right? Is the Knights Templar precursor of the Masons or the same type of thing? Yeah.
Same type.
In part.
In part.
To this day, there's still Knights Templars.
Oh, there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Well, that must have been very difficult for you. And I'm wondering if that's your dad that you have now that came back with you.
Good question.
And that's because if you dreamt that you and your dad were dressed in medieval clothing, I don't know if it was a person that represented a dad, because that can happen a lot, or if it was your real dad. And he must have come back to be with you in this lifetime. So, wow. I was very much awake and suddenly felt the presence of my first fiance. Always felt guilty, told me to forgive myself. I Googled him. It was the first anniversary of his death. He looked exactly like his obit.
Wow.
He came to you, baby.
Yep.
Yeah.
This happens quite a bit. This really does happen. Yeah. That's amazing. Yeah.
So beautiful, Liz. So beautiful. What a gift.
Yeah. And I just got validation. It was him. It was him.
This evening is really full of chills. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
To do this at like 8 a.m. So I'll wake up and be buzzing for the rest of the day, the whole night.
Who's sleeping tonight?
Oh my God. This is what I just have to tell you guys. You're all wonderful. All of you here on the panel and all of you in the chat.
Yes.
This has really opened itself up to all kinds of really awesome stuff this last month or two. So
I think
thank you.
we need
Yeah.
to make the show longer.
I think the show needs to be 6 hours or something. I don't know.
Yes.
Right.
Anyway, all
Hey,
right.
That's
Sharon.
beautiful, Liz.
Yeah. Amazing.
I had a past life as a kamikaze pilot, and I was shot not by the plane crashing, but I was not scheduled that day. My friend was sick, and I volunteered to take his shift. Is this person in my life now?
No, kamikaze means you ditched your plane into a ship.
Into a ship? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
But
they were
so
suicides.
he, oh, they were a suicide thing, but it was like not their shift. They weren't supposed to be doing that work that day. They were taking over for somebody that couldn't do it. So she wants to know if this is somebody that's in her life now. So is that what you got, Carolyn?
She died that
No.
day, but
No.
did not die from the crash. She died because
Right.
she was shot before the plane hit.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it okay, but still she was in that position to be
Yes.
there that day and wasn't
Yes.
supposed to be, right?
Right. Right.
You were told you were going to be there.
Oh, okay.
It was your contract. It was your
It was your
time.
contract.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So do you know if the person that she replaced is in her life now? That's what she's asking.
No.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, I got
No?
no too.
Okay.
No, but was. This
Oh,
person
okay.
has crossed
What?
over, but was in this life when you were younger,
Okay.
like a
Mhm.
child.
And they were older.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were older
Okay.
when you were younger.
Terry,
I'm getting a lot of weird things about it. Did somebody pass, like a grandparent or an aunt, uncle, or somebody that in an odd way?
Oh,
and
Mm.
I got this impression of a grandparent.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know if she's still here or not.
Yeah, I'm looking here to see if I see anything from her. Oh, thank you, Hypnicity. That's so nice of you, dear.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I don't see.
Sorry.
that's okay.
Yeah, I don't see an answer. But
Yeah.
if you're watching this later, it could have been one of your older relatives that was in your life when you were younger and passed. Is that what
Yeah.
you got, hon?
Yeah,
Oh.
that's the impression I got.
Okay. Oh, you never knew
I
your
got a
grandparents. Oh,
Okay.
you got a grandpa?
A grand.
Okay.
It was a grandmother.
Yeah.
Somebody
And mother.
sacrificed something for you.
Well, I know
Yeah.
it's this big fur collar and a hat that would go with the coat that was attached to the big fur collar. So, and the grandma feel to that. So,
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I think it's because we usually incarnate with people that we've been with before. But I often think, I've known people in my 68 years, I've known people back in the 70s, 80s, whatever, and some of them have passed and gone. And now I'm meeting all new people. You have to wonder, and certainly there are a lot of different lifetimes that we could have been with those people. So,
well, and
yeah.
isn't it funny when you
The gra-
meet somebody new who's younger and they have the face of somebody you knew who was younger,
That's very
and
true.
that person can't look like that now because you don't,
Right.
right?
Yeah. That's
The
true.
grandmother says, I came back. I came as your grandmother to have your parent so you could be born because you gave your life for me.
Okay.
Wow.
Boy, does that make sense. That is beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I hope
Beautiful.
you, I hope that resonates with you, Shaughnessy. Yeah. Wow. Amazing night. All right. So we have Anja Ashdown. I mean, any of these we could take 20 minutes on, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
My mom had a stillborn baby at 7 months after a period of great stress. I was going into 3rd grade. She had my brother David when I was 11. Was he this baby girl reincarnated?
I just got chills just in you reading the question.
Okay. Very possible.
So I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I get yes too.
I really think my son was the reincarnation of my uncle Abbott, who died at 8 years old. He couldn't breathe either. He died of asthma and diabetes. And my mother used to get so angry with me. She'd say, "Don't put that on that. Say that." You know, like something was like I was putting like a curse on him or something. But I just felt like everybody said that he was angelic. My great uncle was angelic. My father was born because he died. And so he didn't know him at all. But what other relatives said, they said that. And my son was very angelic when he was growing up. He isn't quite like that anymore. But, you know, he's also 39. But, you know, he was just, people would gravitate toward my son. And he just felt like that. So, yeah, so I really do think that they do try to come back if they can, if there's a window for them to get back.
Yeah.
I think so too.
She was 11
Is to
also.
fulfill love. Is to fulfill love.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's to fulfill love. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
11
you got him. You got him back as a sibling anyway, Anja. Yeah.
Yeah,
How wonderful. Yeah.
very nice.
All right. So I think this is a very interesting question. Tell me about the dark side of the moon, Gabe says. I had a dream that demons were on the moon trying to have sex with me. Oh, dear.
Oh,
Well, I'm not laughing at you. Probably laughing with you.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
So there's a lot of people that say that the moon is hollow and it's a space station. And it is like a, you know,
Right. Yeah.
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 Yeah. It's just a parking garage. But so
you're saying that maybe demons don't reside there. Yeah.
well, I don't know that they're not parking there, but I don't
What
think
you
that they,
thought
Because
was,
it is the dark side.
That's
Yeah.
very true.
what you
Yeah.
thought was, because they didn't look like,
True.
you know, the human beings. You thought they were demons. They
Right.
weren't. They were aliens. And
They're
this
just
is where you get
different
your
looking.
mixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is where you get the mixed babies, the
hybrid.
alien, half human
Mhm.
babies.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, they say that we have family contracts, a lot of us,
Uh-huh.
with certain species. But I
Uh-huh.
think, you know, we probably were in that species in another lifetime. So who knows?
Well, and all of us with star seeds, we've all lived on other star systems.
All over
Right.
the place. Yeah.
So
All over the
Mhm.
place.
On the show
yes-
we had
go ahead, Diane.
done just before this, I read on someone in the Akashic field
Mhm.
that was talking about this starseed connection
Mm-hmm.
through what this person's going through now.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
other things that had happened pointed to it. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It-
There's so much that we're going to find out, everybody. You really
Yes.
have to know that everything is going to sort of come all and unfold, and it's going to be like peeling away an onion. And the things that we're going to find out are going to be phenomenal.
this time next 2025, we're all
Mhm.
going to be going, what the hell was that all about anyway?
Why didn't it happen sooner?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the only way out of some shit is to go through the shit.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just ask Allie in her dream.
Terry,
Randy?
what do you have to say?
Oh, well, Randy just had a great question. Like, then why does the moon supposedly affect the tides? And it's the magnetic pull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Definitely. But the,
Yeah.
the dark side of the
Didn't know
moon,
that.
there's reason there is one is because the moon doesn't move,
Right.
right? And so
right.
you can't see the other side. That's why it's the dark side. And so that's where they're going to put stuff
We
they don't want
do.
you to see.
We pull in and away from the gravitational pull.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Yes.
I just,
Make you
I just
wonder
wanna-
about them 26 moons that Jupiter has, right?
Right. Yep. That's right. Yep. So yes, Lori, I agree with you. Our topics of conversation have expanded. Yes. And not around fear, but
Mhm.
around real learning. So I
Yeah.
agree with you.
Curiosity.
Curiosity.
Kelly, what were you gonna say?
Manifestation. Universal
Kelly?
laws.
Yep. What'd you want to say, honey?
I the message that I got for him though, just to take into, everyday life is, Gabe, they want you to know that you need to stand your ground and that you might need some better boundaries.
Awesome.
That's
Okay.
what I got for you. So, whatever's going on in your life, that could have been part of your dream too, but that's what I got.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
So Bernie girl, it was strange seeing, she saw a cobra on the beach and she said it was strange with the head spread and it wasn't close. It was watching me and I was watching it and then I left the dream. I'm afraid of snakes. Okay.
Well, you faced your fear.
That's true. You watched it. That's very true. Mm-hmm.
And
And
it didn't hurt
The
you.
thing about cobras is that you can hypnotize them. You can hypnotize a snake, a frog,
Mm-hmm.
but think about the flute player or the mongoose. The mongoose knows how to fight the cobra. It takes two of them, but it knows how to do it, and they can
Yeah.
overcome the cobra.
Right.
But the flute player only has to hypnotize him with the notes.
Uh-huh. That's true.
You faced your fear.
Uh-huh. Carolyn, what did you want to say, honey?
Well, she faced her fear. It didn't hurt her. And I think she did hypnotize them.
Yeah.
I see this. It was like this and then went down.
It went down.
And just it went underground.
Mm-hmm.
She pushed it underground.
Yeah.
And it'll
And
never
yes,
come
you're
back
right.
up.
Yep.
Transmutation,
Snakes.
transfiguration, all of that. And we're describing the card that's in the deck that I made, right?
Yeah.
The flute player. And they're in my bag from earlier because I was reading cards in town today. So
Also, the snake can represent energy, healing energy, and definitely the Kundalini energy, which is coming up right now. This is what I was kind of thinking of too, Diana.
Yep.
And da na 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 na. That's what I kept hearing.
right.
Yeah.
And his head is fanned out because when they're mesmerized, that
Right.
it's out.
Yep.
It's also the divine feminine,
It is.
Medusa.
Divine goddess. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Callie.
So yeah, I think that it was
That-
your turn to face your fears. Absolutely. Just looking right at it, right in the
love
eye.
that hypnoticity.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's gone
you.
under
Hi,
your
Pippa.
house into its
Uh-huh.
protection mode. And it's protecting your land, your home and your
Mhm.
land. You've hypnotized it into protection.
Submission. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I love that.
it's yeah.
Turn-
You've transformed it.
Transmuted it.
That's right. Transform
Wow.
your fear into your guardian.
Protection. Yep.
Kelly, what about you? Anything?
I get that she's going through a transformation and that she's elevating, and I do feel like the snake is protection for her.
Sure. Yeah. Well, that's wonderful. Unless you've been watching too much Cobra Kai, the television show. That's all. All right, we got one more.
No.
Ocean View says Akashic record reading said I was Edward Stanton, Secretary of War under Lincoln. Is this true? He's the one that said now he belongs to the ages. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Some say angels.
Mm-hmm.
I get a yes.
I do too.
Yeah.
I am also
Yeah.
Was he heavy set?
knowing where Stanton is in Virginia.
Uh-huh. What, Carolyn?
Y'all.
Y'all.
Okay. It's him.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're him.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
can
my
see an
goodness.
outline. He's a big guy. Yeah.
He's a big. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's fabulous.
Yeah, it was a strong yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just got a vision of time in DC at that
Mhm.
time, walking dirt roads around there,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Manassas. Hadn't gone to Manassas. I see you at the Stone House in Manassas.
Wow. There you go, Ocean View. Yes. And Warrior Girl says, yes, if the Akash said so.
Don't doubt it.
Yeah. Hi,
I'm not
Aaron
arguing
Mist.
with
It's
him.
good to see you. No, I wouldn't argue with him either. Well, it has been quite an evening. It has been quite
Yeah.
an evening. We have had
glad
such
you
wonderful
stayed to the
people. Yeah. Thank you for being here with us tonight, wonderful readers. And thank you to everybody in the chat, which this wouldn't be possible without you so much, sharing things with us. I love that it's taken off the way it has. I love that you're with us and offering some. And we got lots of chills tonight. So
What?
we
I just got
you
them
know,
again.
those are
Yeah,
like
right?
they're like verification bumps, right?
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Long sleeve shirt and a velvet
Long sleeve
jacket,
shirt.
and I'm wearing
Yep.
mitts too because everything's
Yep.
like chilly.
But you still got
The
Yeah.
truth, the
Thank you
truth
so
is a
much.
little chilly.
Uh-huh. Thank you. And thank you to everybody else. Thanks, everybody. We really enjoyed it. We
Thank
did.
you.
We'll see you next Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Same time, same station. Take care of yourselves.
Sweet, sweet dreams.
Bye bye.
Thank
And
you.
a happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year.